because, you know, because it's good to me, so why wouldn't they love it? Well, if it's a stranger who's never seen it before and doesn't know you,
That's right.
You got to think in those terms. So our packaging, how we made the labels, just all of that, the whole business side of it, which I wasn't very experienced with. And it took, it's still a learning process. It's a lot of hard work. And sometimes you don't make any money for a very long time. Kudos to those who turn a profit in the first year or two.
Or the third or fourth or fifth.
Or third or fourth or fifth,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We've been very, very lucky. I think one of the things I'm proud of for myself is I tried to find a way to market it with the resources I had, which is I'm a singer, I'm an actor, I grew up on the north side. That's my little 20-year reunion North High School bag right there. Maybe I just told my age, but anyway.
Yeah, north side.
Yeah. But I tried to think of how can I use what people already know about me to promote the Brittle. And I thought if I've done it, which I strive to do a good job at everything I do, so I had hoped that my reputation as a performer would at least get people to say, oh, well, that's what happened. People said, oh, you make candy? But at least they tried it. Once they tried it, it sold itself. So
she can sing, she can act,
I can raise
she
kids.
can make real and raise kids too.
She does it all.
Right.
A true Renaissance woman, right? Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the creative side again.
Okay.
You've described the ingredients, and how you mentioned it melts in your mouth.
It does.
Give some more description of how this product interacts with the consumer.
Well, the brittle, the candy part is the consistency of the cashews. So we don't want to make it too hard. Anybody can, it's really a candy for everyone. If you're going to be a person who loves sweets and likes sweets, you might as well get a good candy instead of buying a candy bar. Yes, it costs more, but it's worth it. We don't put any preservatives in it. And we've always maintained that we would never change the quality of our product ever. So people say, oh my goodness, you're going to be in Wilmart, let's say. I don't want to say that. You have these big dreams of being in these big stores. And I thought to myself, we need to be focused on what is our real goal in terms of being successful. I certainly don't want my name ever attached to something that's of lesser quality or feed people, because I feel like I'm feeding my family. That's who I fed first, was my family and friends, this candy. I would never want to give it to them or anyone who heard word of mouth, you got to try this candy, and then people try it and they're like, oh, that's not anything special. I never wanted to turn into that or my name to be attached to anything like that. So,
well, one thing I wanted to do in inviting you here today was to let our listeners know that one of the objectives of today's show is to encourage our people to engage our people, to do business with our people. And you know this is a non-commercial station, KFEI, so we're not selling products, but we are saying that our people are engaged in enterprise and that we owe it to ourselves to know each other and to do business with each other. And in that spirit, I'm hoping that people recognize that this is a wonderful opportunity to do something for Mother's Day. This is a great Mother's Day gift.
Yeah.
If people want to give a gift to a loved one for Mother's Day. And what we're going to be doing in Insight News and the week coming up is featuring other businesses in our community that are providing goods and services to our community. The objective is let's get in the habit of supporting each other, doing business, building our economy, understanding the value that we can bring to each other. And you certainly do that. So the product.
Right. I wanted to say, the other thing is...
And we can't mention prices on the air.
No, we can't. Yeah. But I wanted to say, I don't do this alone. My sister-in-law, who is by degree an engineer, she and I own this business together. And it really takes a person who's a business partner who's really got the qualities that you don't have. And I'm really glad that she can pick up, and I mean, she probably carries sometimes 75% of the workload with this business, and then I get to sit in front and people go, oh, you make that candy, and it's really not just me. I mean, a lot of the times it's her, especially when I'm in shows and stuff or touring, like the show at the Guthrie Theater. She's got to pick up all the orders, all the invoices. I mean, we are in a lot of places, so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
You mentioned the Guthrie, and you're going to leave here in a few minutes and go to do a rehearsal. What are you doing right now in the theater? I'm
actually fortunate to understudy. I understudy 3 roles in the new show, Caroline or Change. It's a new Tony Kushner piece. Most of you might recognize Greta Oglesby, who plays the lead role. She's the mother figure in all the Black Nativity shows. She's fabulous. Anyway, she's the lead. And it had some controversial conversation when it first came, because it's about a black maid in Louisiana during the 60s. And, you know, at first when I read the script and decided to take the job, I was really a little skeptical, because I thought there's so many other stories that could be told about us. I mean, why don't they do something on C.J. Walker, especially being a business person now? Why don't they do something on a successful, you know, a black woman who was doing something in the 60s or whatever? But the show is beautiful. The story is amazing. Greta is amazing. So I am glad of that choice. And I'm fortunate. The reason why I think I have somewhat of a good reputation is because I'm very choosy about the stuff I put my name on, including music work and theater work. So you don't see me in a ton of theater things. You don't see me all over singing. I'm very particular. If my musicians don't get paid, I don't gig at the place. So a lot of times you don't see me at clubs. It's like, why don't you sing at that club anymore? Because the musicians have to drag all the instruments in. All I got to do is show up and be in the front again. And if I can't pay the drummer, you know, and the keyboard player who brings in the most stuff, I can't play there. So very particular about what I put my name on, where I put my energy.
And that's a wonderful thing. Well, let me ask you to do one more piece.
Yeah,
you've
absolutely.
Got to do something and take off. But before you do, I think you're going to leave some copies, some samples of the candy here, I hope.
Yes, I am.
The people who are here will get a chance to check out Thomasina's Cashew.
Brittle, yes.
Thank you. Thomasina Petrus.
Thank you.